Jujutsu Kaisen, why did Megumi reject redemption?
Although Megumi had a similar experience with Yuji, but Megumi made the completely opposite choice.
Can he come out of the shadows?
Why Yuji can never give up Megumi.
Hello everyone, I am Xiao Yu, the salvation tent of Megumi.
If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please subscribe.
My IG has enabled follow-up. In chapter 251, it was revealed by the angel that Jacob's ladder is a technique specifically designed to eliminate enemies, and the incarnation's technique is directly linked to the cursed object's personality. Therefore, when the technique is removed, it also eliminates the person within that body.
But because the technique is stored in the prefrontal cortex of the brain, if he used the ultra-powerful Jacob's ladder to eliminate Sukuna, Megumi's brain may not survive.
Fortunately, Yuki's soul manual states that souls cannot fuse with each other.
Although Megumi's state is dominated by Sukuna, it does not mean that the soul has been fused.
It is just because of the bathing ritual that Megumi's soul sank deeper. Fortunately, Yuji's ghost hand is now available to awaken and separate Megumi's soul, since different souls are considered as distinct individuals, while using the Jacob's ladder on Sunui's brain where the technique is stored. But compared to directly acting on Megumi, there will be a significantly improved chance of survival. By the way, it stands to reason that Jacob's ladder is a magical skill that eliminates technique. The moment Sukuna unlocks the hollow wicker basket, the technique should be eliminated. But Malevolent Shrine did not disappear. Sukuna's upper lip was destroyed by Yuji using a supernova, and the lips of the abdomen pulled out the tongue by Yota. Why could he still chant spells? It's probably because of Sukuna's special physique. When Sukuna was in Yuji's body, Sukuna often appeared on his face, and when he was interrupted, it would appear on his hands. It even appeared on his neck in the animation. When both mouths were destroyed, he may have recited the spell while appearing elsewhere. Scale of the Dragon, Recoil, Twin Meteors. Sukuna used a slash that cut off the world. It is speculated that Malevolent Shrine is too powerful and cannot be eliminated in an instant. Maybe they want to eliminate Malevolent Shrine and need to bathe in super powerful Jacob's ladder for a long time. The principle should be similar to that of General Maharaga. The more powerful the technique, the more times it needs to be adapted, the longer it takes. After Yuji's soul-piercing attack awakened Megumi said that's enough.
However, I've had enough it. Fushiguro rejected redemption and lost the will to live.
That Yuji also experienced such cruel darkness in Shibuya incident.
Yuji also took responsibility for the heinous crimes committed by Sukuna.
Why did Megumi fall for it?
Ruined the glimmer of opportunity that our partners had fought for with their lives. Although many people do not understand, this is actually very consistent with Megumi's character.
As early as the first episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, when Yuji swallowed Sukuna's finger, Megumi had thought about dying together with Sunuo. That time he almost starting the summoning ritual. After Sukuna killed Yuji in Chapter 5, Megumi almost summoned General Maharaga, and when he faced with a special grade curse in Chapter 23, Megumi also had the thawing together. Because of General Maharaga, Megumi developed the idea that everything could be solved if she died alone. Fushiguro Tsumiki said, if you have time to curse others, it is better to think more about the people you cherish. In the eyes of Megumi, Tsumiki is a kind person. She is more qualified to be happy than anyone else, but she is cursed.
The scumbag father doesn't even know the gender of his child, so he just named him Megumi.
He can still live freely and happily everywhere. Karma is not absolutely fair. Fushiguro's original intention to become a Jujutsu sorcerer is to let good people enjoy equality and let evil people suffer retribution. Megumi's nature is to save others unequally and hate evil as much as hatred.
The kind-hearted sister was killed by himself, but he was still living shamelessly.
In addition, Gojo, who was like a father, was defeated in the battle with Sukuna because of the adaptability of Shikigami General Maharaga. The most important people died because of him, so curing Megumi's soul became the key to defeating Sukuna. Gojo once said that Megumi is no worse than Yuji in terms of strength or potential, but he does not know how to show his true strength.
He always thinks of sacrificing himself to let his partner succeed.
However, the goal in the eyes of Yuji and Gojo is always to hit a home run. Winning with death and winning with death are two completely different things. This made Megumi suddenly realize that he learned to win with death on the battlefield. It can be seen that Fushiguro is not the type to be indifferent. Although the goal of saving her sister Tsumiki failed, her original intention as a Jujutsu sorcerer is to let kind people enjoy equality and let evil people suffer retribution. If he continues to sink, Sukuna will never be able to bear it. Perhaps with Yuji's encouragement, Megumi will find the will to live again, and no matter what, Yuji will never give up Megumi.
Sukuna caused a large number of casualties in the Shibuya incident, which made Yuji bear a heavy yoke.
After witnessing Tsunaku's brutality, Kusakabe immediately expressed his agreement with the senior management's idea of executing Yuji.
Megumi didn't blame Yuji at all, and accepted everything Yuji had as if nothing had happened. Even Yuji himself couldn't accept this kind of himself.
Megumi, who has always hated evil, also said that, "Don't give up on yourself without permission."
Such a heavy friendship allowed Yuji to be saved. But now is the time when his best friend Megumi needs him most. No matter what, there is no way Yuji would give up on Megumi. In addition, after Sukuna launched the Dimensional Slash, he was quickly attacked by Maki. What pierces the chest is the Split Soul Katana constructed by Mai's soul.
Split Soul Katana can cut the soul regardless of the hardness of all objects, like Mahito's technique, Idol Transfiguration. Such wounds cannot be healed by Reverse Curse technique, and it will undoubtedly severely damage Sukuna's soul. Even if Sukuna's soul is accurately targeted, it is not impossible to separate the two souls.
This might be the way to save Megumi. And when Gojo died in chapter 236, he lamented, "It's not good ye. His father's affairs have not yet."
But fortunately, he has been completely entrusted to Shoko, which means that if Megumi wants to understand his father, he will definitely ask Shoko. Before this hole is filled, Megumi's resurrection is almost certain. Finally, I would like to ask everyone, do you think Yuta will die? Because of being slashed by Sukuna, Yuta's current condition is not optimistic. It can be clearly seen that Yuta's body has been cut open, both from the front and the back.
However, Yuji may be in a physical condition, so the cutting does not seem to be done.
Not penetrating the body. 2 special grade sorcerers have already died from being cut in half. Although they will not die immediately, the outcome is undoubtedly doomed. In chapter 188, Kashimo Hajime once admitted that, although the technique is stored in the brain, the cursed energy is in the abdomen.
Although both Gojo and Yuki can use reverse curse technique, but in the case of being cut in half, there is no cursed energy to activate the technique, so they falls into a desperate situation of death. In fact, reverse cursed technique is very powerful.
The brain can be healed, not to mention the wound that was cut in half. But Yuta is relatively special. The source of cursed energy is not limited to the abdomen, and can also completely wake up Rika and obtain the cursed energy from Rika.
In addition, Yutai has no lower body at all. He can also use Rika's cursed energy to cooperate with the reverse cursed technique.
This is also the reason why Rika is completely awakened. These precious 5 minutes are Yuta's final insurance. This may be a foreshadowing of the author's deliberate concealment about Yuta's survival.
Okay, so do you think Megumi can be rescued?
You can talk about your views in the comment area. If you like this kind of video, you can like and subscribe for me.
Your support is really important to me. Remember to turn on the little bell next to it so that you don't miss my latest updates.
Then see you in the next video. Bye.